Welcome to a quick Google Classroom tutorial. We're going to cover how to access Google Classroom and also troubleshoot some of the most common problems that might arise. When trying to access Google Classroom, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you are using the Chrome web browser. This is going to give you the best access to Google Classroom, as both are Google products. Next, you can access Google Classroom a couple of ways. One would be to do a Google search of Google Classroom. This will take you into a screen like this, and you can click on Google Classroom. There you'll be asked to sign in. You might also arrive on a page that looks like this. If you do, again, you're just going to go up to the Sign In and sign into Google Classroom. Next, you need to enter the student ID number at gsc.cusd80.com. So that is S and the student ID number at gsc.cusd80.com. Then you'll hit Next and enter your password for your Google account. If for some reason you have forgotten your password or are having trouble signing in, contact one of your teachers. One of the teachers on your team will have access to change your password. So they'll be able to get you into Google Classroom quickly and before you return to school. Once you've signed into Google Classroom, you will land on a page like this. The student view will have all of their classes on their schedule. You are going to click on one of the tiles, and once you've entered, you will see a landing page. This is the stream. Please be aware that work is not going to be posted in this stream. Instead, you need to access the Classwork tab, and here you will find work posted for each day of class. If you are absent, find the date you were absent, and that's where you will find the classwork. What's really important is to make sure that you are reading instructions, any instructions that might be included. The best way to make sure that you're seeing all instructions is to click on the date. When clicking on the date, it will show you each of the assignments and the full instructions. To access any of the materials, you will just click on what is there and it will open it for you. If you are denied access, there are a few things that could be causing this problem. One, it could be that the teacher hasn't shared. If so, just reach out to them. But a more common problem that you will run into is that you're actually logged into multiple Google accounts. So it's important to check at the very top. If this avatar is not the same as the one that you use for your school Google account, it is likely that you're signed into another Google account. Make sure that you are signed out of all other Google accounts before trying to access Google Classroom. This will ensure that you will have access to all of your materials. Email addresses outside of the CUSD organization are not going to be allowed access to the materials. So again, make sure you're checking to see who is signed in. If you click on here, you'll see other guests. If there's someone else signed in, check here and see if you can sign into one of the other accounts. If you're still blocked, sign out of all accounts and then make sure that you're just signed into that Google account. A couple more helpful hints and reminders. Make sure that you're actually clicking into the class that you want to enter. Do not rely on the tiles to tell you what assignments are due. Also, don't look for missing work. Instead, make sure that you are entering the Classwork tab each and every time. Lastly, couple reminders when you're accessing Google Classroom on a computer is 1, make sure you're using the Chrome browser. 2, when you're signing in, make sure that the login is your complete gse.cusd80.com email address. And finally, if there are any issues at all with your password, reach out to one of your teachers as soon as possible so that they can help you get access to your Google Classroom. Thank you, and hopefully this makes accessing Google Classroom just a little bit easier.